Hi, everybody. Well, I just read some comments and everything from an NCL representative talking about guest satisfaction and the entertainment way, the direction they've gone on their ships, and how much money they're making because of it and saving. Are you really? So over the past year, we've had Norwegian Cruise Line cutting back a lot on their big production Broadway shows. They've gotten rid of Six, Burn the Floor, Kinky Boots, a lot of big show-stopping performances, amazing shows on their ships, and they've replaced it with other entertainment. They said, we got other entertainment coming down the road. Don't worry about it. More entertainment coming. And then the entertainment they had coming were more like the simpler shows and a game show on board, like Wheel of Fortune, Deal or No Deal, like those kind of shows on board. But one representative was speaking at a public event and saying that, for instance, but by cutting these cast members, they've done two things. Well, actually three. They say three things. I'm gonna debate the third one. So the first one they say with Norwegian is that they have, saving on cast member expenses per ship. They've gone from 42 cast members down to 21, basically cutting their entertainment staff in half as an expense. And remember, the entertainers are some of the higher paid people, much more higher paid than people working in the food industry part of the ship, the cleaning industry, the hotel department, etc. These people are all trained. They have to go through months and months of training to learn the new props and new itineraries and new moves and everything for all the different shows. And they have to go through auditions to do this as well. So yeah, they are definitely saving money there. Not only that, they say by cutting back on the amount of entertainment staff on board, they say they now have more crew cabins, because they said they had so many cast members on board, they averaged having about 11 of the staterooms that were designated for passengers having to be assigned to the entertainers. And by cutting their staff in half, they now have none of those entertainers are spilled over to money-making cabins. So they're getting 11 cabins per sailing, per ship, more revenue. Now remember, this was being brought out to people in the banking industry, the investment corporations, everything like that. It was those people they're talking to here. But they also said in the same statement, and this is the one I'm going to debate with you, is that by doing this, they've also raised customer satisfaction in the entertainment. And they're saying this by handing out those surveys and people answering it. So if you get a survey out there and it says, hey, did you enjoy this game show? And you said yes, you're now saying that you really enjoyed that and that they've done the right thing by cutting off the other entertainment on there. They never put out the survey saying, hey, did you prefer that game show over Six or over Burn the Floor? Because then their customer satisfaction survey would be way down. Because I'm talking to a lot of people, I book a lot of people, and when I ask them what their favorite thing, I always like to ask, what's your favorite thing about sailing with that cruise line? What's your favorite thing about sailing with, whatever one you prefer to do it? Or what's your least favorite thing about it? Right now, the least favorite thing from all the people I'm talking to that I get all the time is their cutback in entertainment. They're disappointed they've lost those shows and they're not bringing them back. And they're trying to spin this to their investors as saying that it's a good thing because, first of all, they're saving those crew cabins, and that means they're selling 11 more cabins per ship per sailing, and also they cut their staff in half, which means they're saving half the budget on their entertainment. So yeah, that's very good for investors. Is it good for us as cruisers? I have to say no. I have to say no. Great. I'm glad they're saving money now. Have they passed any of that money on to us? Cutting their staff in half and 11 staterooms per sailing. Have they cut anything recently? Have they cut gratuities recently? Have they cut the cost of dining recently? Have they cut the cost of excursions recently? Have they cut the cost of drink packages recently? No. So that's all profit for them, which is good for them. They got money to pay back after all the pandemic shutdown and everything and all those things like that. But come on, don't try and tell me that by getting rid of Burn the Floor and getting rid of Kinky Boots and getting rid of all the big Broadway shows that you became famous for, that you really were top-notch entertainment on your ships, by getting rid of it, you now have a higher customer satisfaction. I call baloney. I call complete baloney on that. You can put out all the surveys you want, but I guarantee you not one of your surveys will ever say, would you rather watch this game show or would you rather watch Burn the Floor or Kinky Boots? Because you know which way the direction's going to go on that. You're going to get a very high percentage saying, hey, bring back those Broadway shows. Give us more entertainment on the ships. And so, yeah, I just shook my head when I'm listening to this in the conference call, and I'm like, really? You're really trying to tell me that customers are really happy and guest satisfaction's at an all-time high in entertainment because you cut back the shows and you saved money over the entertainment value of your product? Come on. You have some great shows. You had one of the best lineups of shows I've ever seen. One of the dancers, when I saw Burn the Floor on our, what was it? It was the vlogger cruise I was on. My mouth was like, I was amazed at the talent that you had on those ships. And it impressed me so much that I said, I've got to get back on I got to get back on Norwegian Cruise Lines as fast as possible. I can't wait to see some of their other shows. It's going to be fantastic and everything. And literally 3 weeks after I saw that, you announced you were getting rid of all those shows and cast members. In fact, Kinky Boots you cut almost immediately. And no, you can spin it all you want. But if you're trying to tell me customer satisfaction is higher in your entertainment today than it was when you had the shows running, I think I have to call baloney on that.